Hello and welcome to my next recap and future plans video. So I can no longer really say welcome to the monthly recap for month X because it's been a few months since I've done one of these. Unfortunately, I somehow missed the deadline on the first one and then I just let it slide and didn't really get back into it. But there was a comment asking back for another recap, so yeah, here we go. Let's see what has happened in that in those few months and what's gonna come next. So first of all, welcome a lot of new subscribers. I actually don't have the exact number this time, but on my last recap we were a little bit over 300. Right now we are at exactly 399. So we're just one subscriber short of the magical 400. Yeah, and that's pretty awesome. So very welcome to everybody that's new here, and well, new and old alike, of course. And I hope you will enjoy your stay here. So yeah, let us jump right into the current things, and then the future plans will follow. So as always, in terms of actual numbers, I'm not gonna go into too much detail there, and let's just say that it's good. It's an upward trend, and it's been a solid upward trend for a few months now. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, and of course since this is now spanning a few months, I don't quite, because I'm absent-minded in some areas and I just keep forgetting stuff once I'm done with it in some areas, so I don't actually remember what series I have ended since the last recap video. So I can't go into too much detail right now. We're just gonna talk about the current state of things. And let's start with Blood Bowl, since I'm always using Blood Bowl here as my background screen while I do stuff. I should maybe try to get some stock footage together so that we have something interesting to watch while I talk over this. But that's something for the next one, maybe. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, let's talk about Blood Bowl. So in Blood Bowl, we are very close to rotating out the orcs. I actually recorded the match 49 today. Against Chaos Dwarves, and match 50 will be following right after that. On the following Sunday of that, so a week from now, from when this video comes out, you will get to see the creation video for the Nurgle team, and then on Monday we will play the Nurgle team for the first time. And from that on out, we're going to resume the normal rotation again, so I think it's it's Bretonnians, then humans, then Nurgle again, and whatever it was, something along those lines. So that could be fun, I think, and I'm looking forward to trying out the new team. Although I'm a bit sad to see the orcs go, because they are an awesome team. I've gotten way better with them than I assumed I would get, and the team has performed extremely well, and I do like the team a lot. But yeah, that's it for Blood Bowl right now, I guess. So next up is More Time, and More Time is actually is on an upward trend again. I've talked about it in some recaps already. I think last year that I was thinking about maybe not doing More Time anymore, and then the Undead came out, and I played the Undead, and then the Undead campaign didn't do that well. But now we are doing the Skaven Deadly Challenge with a bit of adjustments from the starting out rules that we tried to set out with, which just didn't quite work out, so I had to make some adjustments. But now it's actually extremely fun to play. It's very unnerving and mind destroy. I can't think of the right word right now. My head gets a bit mushy when I play that game right now, because depending on the matchup, it's just so difficult, and it's an up and down, and I'm never really safe, and I can't get ahead of the curve, so I have a real chance of losing the challenge still. And that makes it a lot of fun to play. It adds an extra layer of suspense in there that I do appreciate quite a bit. And also, it's going way better than the Undead campaign. There are a lot of more people watching the Deadly Challenge, and I'm very happy about that, and I appreciate it, and I want to thank you all for that. So Blood Bowl, I think, is still my best running series on the channel, but More Time is catching up and is on a good way to at least stay even with Blood Bowl right now. which I'm really happy about. I like both games a lot, and it's nice to see that both are being watched. Next would be my newest series, I believe, which is Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, which I started to play because of the co-op campaign that I'm doing with Game Night for the second one, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. Also extremely happy with how this is going. It's not quite near as More Time or Blood Bowl, but it's still getting watched quite a bit, and it's fun to play. It's a lot of fun to explore, to get tips from you all and feedback, and that I can incorporate it really quickly, always 2 episodes at a time pretty much. And it's just, I know this game is going to take me a very long time, but I enjoy it a lot. I like the gameplay, I like the combat, I like the story, the goofiness. It's just a very good package, and I wish I could do more than 2 episodes per week. That would mean not doing More Time, for example, and right now that's really not an option. But yeah, I already am planning into the future what I could play after Divinity Original Sin along those lines. For example, when I was young, I played Baldur's Gate. And I love Baldur's Gate, but I never finished it because I think I was 12 or something like that when I played it first, and at some point I got stuck. I liked AD&D and D&D. And all the pen and paper stuff as well, so that's just how I got to that game. But I actually never finished it, and the second one neither. So those are games that would fit that style. They are a little bit more serious, but they're turn-based. It's a really nice RPG system. The story is good, and that could be something to consider. But it's going to be in the very far future, because Divinity Original Sin will stick around for a long while, I feel like. I feel like I've made barely any progress, but it's okay so far. About 15 episodes deep right now, I think, and it's a lot of fun still. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing there. Next up would then be my co-op series, of course, which is Divinity Original Sin 2, and that I am playing, of course, with the ever so nice Game Night, my good buddy, and yeah. We're still having a lot of fun there as well. I think we're nearing the end of the currently available gameplay. So the Divinity Original Sin 2 is still in early access. It's in development, and right now only the first act is playable. And I think we're close to the end of the first act. We've got some plans for what to do afterwards, but yeah, that's still around. And of course, that game is the reason I started to play the first one on the channel now, since I didn't play it and I just wanted to play more Divinity. So I'm more thankful about that as well. So it's just awesome to play. It's a lot of fun to bounce back with Game Night and have the play together. It's a lot of fun, and I think we're always on a nice wavelength, and we click pretty well. So it's just fun to record and to play and to see you all watch it and get feedback. It's cool. I like it a lot. So that's pretty much the current things. Then we have a series ending, and that is Darkest Dungeon. After this video's come out, there will be 2 more episodes, and that is the Darkest Dungeon 3 and 4 back-to-back, because I was able to do them back-to-back. And you'll have to wait and see if I make it or not, because I could be lying. I could have just spoiled something that I realized afterwards, so I don't know. Just watch it and see what's gonna happen. And with my erratic streaming schedule right now, it's a little bit hard to plan for the future. There is, of course, the released Darkest Dungeon Crimson Court DLC, which adds another area and quite a bit new stuff to the game. And I want to play that, but not right now. I'm going to take a break from Darkest Dungeon and focus on other stuff. I'm not quite sure yet what. I do have a game in mind that I want to stream, and that would be Hollow Knight, which is a Metroidvania indie game with just awesome art style. It's very atmospheric. Gameplay looks really good. I've spoiled myself minimally on the game because I knew I wanted to play it. So there's over 30 bosses in that game, and I've seen one, maybe, and it might be the first one or the second one, something along those lines. So yeah, I know very little of the actual game and story. Just the surroundings thing, but that's something I would be interested in playing and streaming, but it's also a game that's going to take a long time again, and we'll have to see if maybe I won't do it all the time, or I'll I'll do some other stuff, like multiplayer games from time to time as well, because there's some stuff I would like to play without the pressure of trying to progress, but just play a little bit of multiplayer, which would be cool as well. Yeah, I've also considered maybe playing a little bit more Blood Bowl on stream again, but I'm once again with the erratic stream schedule, it might not be. I'm not quite league ready yet, and even the leagues that I would play in are in the middle of the season right now, so that's not quite in the cards yet. But if I can make it work, I'm going to go play in the Reckiv League again next season. Because I want to go get back into that. So I know that Kejirus and Ladias, so Dave and Rob, yeah, it's been a while since I've talked to the guy. I'm sorry, guys. They're doing a good job. They've taken over administration right now, and the current season seems to be going well from what I've seen from the outside so far. So I'm happy for them, and I'm looking forward to getting back into that. And I hope that once the season is over, I will have the time to get back into it. Yeah, that's, I think, for the most part it. Not much else to talk about, I think. I've rambled about a lot of the stuff that I'm excited about and that I want to check out. There's so much stuff that I would love to play, but I just don't have the time. There's been a suggestion for me, for example, to play RimWorld as well, which would be a real-time strategy game, which also has a lot of layers. I think it's also still in early access, or has RimWorld been released by now? I'm not quite sure. I think it's still in early access as well. But I've watched Let's Plays of RimWorld on YouTube, but I'm not quite sure if it's the right game for me. I think it could be a cool game and a challenging game. The difficulty can ramp up quite a bit, but it would also be more of a streaming game, because that I could implement feedback quicker, and it would allow me to play longer at one point in time instead of a normal series. So I don't know. There's so many options and possibilities here, and I'm just not quite sure what to go for. But for now, the series that we have going are not going anywhere, of course. All of them will take quite a while to continue and finish, and who knows what the future will bring. But if you have any suggestions of what you would like to see me play, or if there's just something you want to suggest to me to look at, to maybe consider, just comment on it and let me know. I love to do the action-adventure stuff, which unfortunately didn't quite make the impact that I was hoping for. So, for example, the Devil May Cry series and the Castlevania Lords of Shadows one, they weren't quite as watched as I was hoping for, but I had a lot of fun playing them still, so it's fine. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just want to see what you guys think, what you would like to see me play more. I mean, the strategy stuff is usually what gets more interest and gets viewed a lot more, which makes sense. I mean, most of the stuff that I do is strategy based, so it makes sense that stuff like action RPGs and or action adventures which are just such a different genre, wouldn't work quite as well. But I don't know, a guy can hope, can he not? But yeah, I still enjoy the games quite a bit, and I'm gonna play stuff that won't be watched quite as much in the future again. I mean, we've also done stuff like Limbo and Inside and Transistor and Bastion. The last two I feel like weren't necessarily my best series, but I liked Inside and Limbo, especially Inside, quite a bit. And I'm a bit sad that these didn't get that many views, but it's still a lot of fun. I'm not trying to shame anybody into watching them. If there's no interest there's no interest there. I have to live with that. But they're just, the concept of those games is so cool, and I just like them a lot. And yeah, I just want to see others experience that as well. Yeah, so I think we're gonna come to the end now with the ramblings. Once again, thank you all so much for your continued support, and for watching what I do, and for giving me feedback, and I mean, even if you're just watching, I mean, it's not even just the fact that there are people out there that are watching what I do and that actually enjoy my ramblings and think that I'm a competent guy in some areas is baffling to me, but hey, I'm okay with it. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching this recap. In future recaps, I don't think I will do them monthly any longer. I'll do them when I feel like there's a need for them, but at least I'll try to do one at least once every quarter or so. So once every 3 months, so that the distance doesn't get too big between each. And yeah, just so that I can voice my thoughts once more into the void. Yeah, so once again, thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this recap. Yeah, and see you all next time. Bye!